It's a beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. It's the 1st of August and it's my birth month, so it makes it a bit much more special because this month, quite a number of people in this premises will be celebrating their birthdays. So let me say Happy New Month to all of Nigeria. Happy New Month to Nigerians home and abroad. How are you guys doing? August is a beautiful, beautiful, exciting month. Happy New Month to my director, David Adepo, just right here. His birthday is in a couple of days as well. I'm sure that Kemi is also watching. Kemi Omoshebi Awude, her birthday is also in a couple of days as well. My guest this morning celebrates his birthday also this month. So August is a full month, and I'm birthing something powerful this month. Is just in a couple of days. So yes, I can tell you that August is going to be packed back to back and bumper to bumper. And on the show, trust me, you don't want to miss any part of it. It's going to be explosive all the way. My name is Olusesan, and it's always a pleasure, like I said, being here with you. Are you following us across our social media handles? You can follow us across board, MITV_NG, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. MITV, Instagram, Twitter as well. MITV Nigeria on YouTube. But for Facebook, Instagram, and for Twitter, MITV_NG. Follow us. You get to watch this program live anywhere you are. And you always go back to it to also watch your news updates. Make sure you stay in tune with all of our programs on our social media handles. My guest this morning is the chairman of the ICANN Ikeja chapter. Of course, ICANN means is an accountant, but tax practitioner, tax expert, the people who let you know when you must do the right thing to pay government and when government is about to cheat you. They are the ones that keep your books ready for, some against public and foreign interventions and and foreign manipulation. They let you know that there's a hand has entered your book, and then they can help you to withdraw the hand from time to time. Mr. Olusesan Okunade joins us this morning. Good morning, Olusesan. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Tommy. It's my pleasure to be here after a very long break.
I
told myself this morning I need to start our month.
Our month. You see, that's what we're talking about. It's our month.
And I was sharing with someone yesterday, we have just 2 months in the year, August and other months.
Yeah.
That's the only month that is
we said it last year too.
Yeah. People will tell you you're having an August visitor. Have you heard anybody saying you're having a
February visitor or October visitor?
No. You only do that in the month of August.
It's the only month tagged with, it's
special thing.
It's just there. It's just
and they're quite
special.
Interesting. You're there, David is there, Kemi is there. I'm sure some people are watching and listening.
And they're feeling cool. Oh, they're feeling. Maybe we should just do the
other. Nice to be here this morning.
It's a pleasure being here. Lots of wonderful, wonderful leaders.
And also the anniversary for my district.
I was going to go there because I'm just wondering. The other day we were celebrating you for your what's that thing? Investiture, and then now you're back again and you say you're doing 48. So I want to ask you. I thought accountants were known to keep money. You people seem to be spending a lot.
No, you just have to celebrate yourself. Being on the...
And they say Nigeria does not have money. Nigerians don't have money. Some people are celebrating back to back.
But celebration is everywhere, every day, everywhere. It's about the way you perceive it. People leave the country and say they want to japa. We are here. Who will see you and say that you are suffering? God has been there.
Okay,
also,
I'm not suffering.
At least,
but I understand the state of my purse and my pocket.
But the truth of it,
but I don't allow that to reflect you.
Yeah, of course, you must just allow it to be.
Yeah.
We've been in existence for 40 years, and for an average lady, let me put it that way, who loves celebration. When you're having your 40th anniversary, it's something you have to celebrate. So 40 years of Ikeja and District Society
cannot just pass by like that.
Yeah, and that's where we are rolling out a week program.
From the 5th, apparently, to the 12th. They're going to be celebrating. Okay, please invite us. We want to eat lots of rice and meat, plenty.
Of course.
We want to do that. And it's quite interesting that the front page of the papers this morning begins with something that has to do with money. Let me begin with the Guardian newspaper that starts with local aviation risk collapse as only 38 of 90 airplanes are active. Airpeace Arik Azman operate at 38.8% fleet capacity hurdles for air travelers as over 30% are underserved. Operators blame lack of foreign exchange for maintenance. Sirica's aviation roadmap fails to deliver on promises 7 years on. Industry needs new policy direction to survive. Stakeholders say only 4 of 22 airports are viable. Turn others to shopping malls, Bernard tells the federal government. I was told, one of the news over the weekend is that Emirates of the UAE flies only 4 planes to Nigeria now. It used to be, I think, about 10.
10, yeah.
So they now fly only 4 planes to Nigeria. So our foreign airlines are also reducing, the measure. And everybody is saying it is one man that is responsible for this. And that man's name is Vladimir Putin. The Russia war, the cutting down gas is affecting aviation fuel, it's affecting all kinds of fuel across the world. And everybody seems to be facing it. I was talking to a friend in the United Kingdom last week, Friday, and he said to me that they don't go anywhere anyhow now. I just bought fuel at £2 a litre. And he said, what's that in Naira? I said, 2 what? You bought pound at £2 a litre? That's an approximate of 1,800 or 1,600 to be conservative. Conservative, 1,600 per litre. I bought my own fuel at 170 Naira yesterday, and I'm still complaining.
Yeah, well, it's a global problem that we're still battling with the Russia-Ukraine crisis. But the pathetic thing is for us, we shouldn't find ourselves in the position of complaining. Fine, if you look at you comparing PMX and that of the other people there, they don't have what we have. We have the raw materials. We are blessed with the resources.
We should actually be thriving now.
Of course. At this point, the Russia-Ukraine crisis is giving some country the opportunity to grow.
Like Saudi Arabia, like Qatar.
Qatar, it's an avenue because people are now shifting their attention from Russia and moving to other countries where they can get. And they've even approached us in the country, Nigeria in particular, if we can increase our quota. Even on the part of the OPEC. But there is complexity on that part. We are not even meeting the initial quota given to us.
So we can't even increase.
So increasing it is actually a problem. And that gives rise to part of the problem that our leaders have put us. By now, we should be smiling. If you look at the opportunity that is there on the path of the international market, is huge. The cost of this product, the material crude oil, keeps increasing, but rather than we having more influx into our system, because we are not refining, it gives us more problem. And everybody is saying we are waiting on Dangote. I like the Port Harcourt refinery too is having a revisit, and they are up to bring that up by December. So, but the issue is the promises that were actually had from this administration was not materialized, and that's why we see the hardship that everyone is being faced. If we are processing some of these things locally, this jet A1 will be a problem. By now we should be supplying maybe the United UAE, the fuel. That's what, if you go to Saudi now, they are swimming in good money because there is room for their business to strive, to grow. But
the interesting part is we're now building a pipeline to serve West African countries as part of the agreements that President Mahmoud Buhari reached with other countries. I'm just wondering, when we finish this pipeline, is that meant to inspire confidence that at some point, because it's a West African project. It's an ECOWAS project, and they're building a pipeline from Nigeria to the rest to be able to serve them, fuel and all that. So should that give us confidence that at some point in time, in the next couple of months, years, we will be able to supply them fuel? And because that's exactly what is happening between Russia and Germany and some of those European countries. There's a pipeline, that gives them fuel and the rest
all
of
those
it.
stuff. Yeah, it should be. But the first thing is, how self-sufficient are we? You want to start giving something to someone when you are not self-sufficient. It gives a problem. So I feel we should first build the capacity.
In here.
And at the time, when you have more than enough to consume, it's
Then you can give.
natural. You want to give out and say, no, this clothes, it's been a while. Wait, let me dash this out. Let me give this out. I have enough in mind. But when you don't even have enough to wear,
You can't
and
be
you are
giving
putting
out.
those things in place to say, I want, okay, by end of the month, I want to give this, I want to give this, I want to, and you don't have enough to wear, it becomes a problem. So I feel the first thing we need to do, in as much we are routing the channel, having, collaboration with ECOWAS country to build a pipeline, it's very good initiative, very good project. But how much of it can we domesticate on this part to make sure that at least for once, the hardship can be removed? I'm not even talking about reducing the price of the cost of fuel. But what I'm saying is that naturally the law of economics will play a role here. If we have those things being refined locally, you discover that it creates employment, it creates, it empower the entrepreneurs to do certain things.
Yeah.
If you create a small business here, do you know that before you wake up, you see individuals that will come and sell food, some will sell water, some will sell drinks, and they'll be able to go home with something. So if you're able to, develop that, and we can be the hub for African continent, where some of these products will definitely dish out from. Then you can set off refinery in other West African country, in other African continent, where you can have a stake and you become expatriate.
Yeah.
People can now go out and say, okay, we have a refinery in, let's say, in Niger. It's being built by Nigeria because we have enough here. When you go there, they can create what we have here to say 51% belong to them, 49 belongs to us. That 49 quota, it is our people that moves out of this country to go and develop there again, like we are doing in other countries. So it is deep. And this that we are faced with, Tommy, I'm sure you know the cost to travel to Abuja now.
Don't worry. I booked a flight on Thursday or Friday for 148,000.
And it's going to go higher.
Yeah.
That's just one
As a
of the
matter of
costs.
fact, last week, I think I can get that to my director. I can put it up. It's something very, very interesting that you'll be shocked at how much it is right now to get a plane ticket from Borno. I had a conversation with someone, and the person was meant to come down to Lagos. And he showed me what the demand was if he was going to book a ticket from Maiduguri to Abuja.
Okay.
From Maiduguri to Abuja. He showed me what it was going to be. My director can put that up. That singular conversation shocked me to my boomer, because then I couldn't even fathom or even take the decision as to whether it is worth it or otherwise, because you're looking at a flight ticket that my director can put it up from I think it was July 27 or thereabout, from Maiduguri to, that's it, Maiduguri to Abuja. You can say Abuja, Maiduguri. 200,000. It's a one-way trip, and it's just a 1 hour trip. Abuja to Maiduguri. 200,000.
So you can.
No, you see it.
No, it's
on
there.
Wednesday, it's a 200,000 to go, and on Thursday to come back, it's a 200,000.
So you're spending 400,000
to just go from Abuja to Maiduguri. Meanwhile, don't forget that you dare not go by road.
Of course, that's not visible. Say you want to commit suicide. If you have actually written your will, that's when you do that.
No, and you have a lot of money to live for your children.
So if you can imagine the impact of this on businesses. You're talking about the cost. Do you know how often they will delay you from morning to evening?
Oh, that was the other story.
So you have a 9 o'clock flight, and you don't leave until 7 p.m. of the same day.
That's the interesting part now. So for people who need to fly, and you have something to do in Lagos, say on Monday today, you must have left Abuja on Saturday.
Yeah.
To come to Lagos.
Or
you book your flight for yesterday morning, and then you wait till maybe evening before you can finally fly.
Because you might likely get to Lagos maybe 2 a.m. I remember my last trip to Abuja was to come back to Lagos around 3 p.m. I booked a 4 p.m. flight, and that was 3:40, and I left Abuja 12:25 a.m.
Midnight.
You know, as at the time I was going to the airport, I called my driver, just go wait for me. My flight is for 3:40, so plus or minus 4 by 5 I should be in Lagos. So yes, sir. The guy waited for me till 3 a.m. You know, we landed around 1:30.
And then before you
your luggage
and
all those things, around to 3.
Was when you came out.
3 a.m. and no courtesy, you know, from this airline to come and say sorry.
You are in Nigeria where we don't need to apologize for anything.
Due to operational reasons that they are sorry. So it's quite disheartening. And this is having great impact on businesses. Now, thank God for COVID that have brought our way, you know, online meetings. Otherwise, you can imagine what impact this will have on everyone. So a journey that is not worth it, that is not going to fetch you good money. Don't bother yourself. Just conclude the deal on phone and let it go. And just let it go. But it's really not too good. In as much as we know it's a global energy crisis, but there is opportunity for our government to have domesticated some of these things. Wherein now we should be smiling, and the children that are coming behind can say, no, our leaders have done it right. But rather, this tends to be impoverishing people, and day by day, day by day.
Now, it looks as if another story. I look at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. You can put it up there. Same faith, Tike Babachi, Dogara, divide APC, NWC. They must be disciplined. National Vice Chairman Southwest will open dialogue. National Publicity Secretary, Dogara doesn't deserve attention. Nabena, I am not bothered. XHGF talks there. Vigilantes storm bandits hideout in Plateau community, kill 16, lose 2 members. Intelligence operatives arrest 4 informants behind Kuje prison recent attack in Abuja. Gani Adams raises alarm over presence of terrorists in Ogun Oshun Forest. Police on red alert in Lagos. Our Wike's group meets in Abuja to plan the next move. And our Jokuta killing Kogi governor suspend traditional ruler queries. Our local government chair. You have another one, voter registration. Stranded applicants lament, seek extension. INEC had a man. Thousands miss registration in Enugu, Ogun Plateau. Blame officials, don't disenfranchise eligible Nigerians. PDB others tell the commission. Voter registration ended on Sunday. No more extension. That's right there, front page story of the Punch newspaper. Yesterday, we can look at how it actually took place in places like Port Harcourt and Enugu, where people were still scampering to make sure they register for the permanent voters card. INEC ended the registration on the 31st of July. That was yesterday.
Yeah, like I said, I think we followers need to change our reorientation. In as much as I know that the government has their flaws and needs. Let me start with the aspect of the government. I know when I transferred my PVC to where I did it online, and I just had to visit them one of those days to straighten out some of these things. But I feel we should go more digitalized than this physical thing that we are doing. There are a lot of gap that we are faced with. And with the advent of this technology, we should ride on it to do things more better. They tried their best, because I know part of the things we needed to do then was register online.
We did register online.
Then you pick a date when you go and do the capturing.
It didn't work.
And some of those
I did. I transferred my card to my new residence, and I couldn't. It didn't work.
No, but it worked on my side, but maybe.
Did you pick a date?
I picked a date. I think that was before I traveled last year. I picked a date.
No, mine was this year.
Okay, I did it last year.
Okay.
And I was asked to come back to pick the permanent voters card January. The date I picked, I visited there. Very few people, and that's why I feel this last-minute rush on the part of average Nigerian does not work. I'm giving that practically, and I'm like, this can't be real. But most of the time when we prepare for this IT or digitalization process, we don't prepare for the mad rush on the part
that will happen
of average citizen. So the government just put those things in place. For me, both of us did the same thing, but we had different experiences.
Exactly.
Because we did it at different times.
Yeah.
I did mine last year, and I knew it took them like 4 months
this year
for them to say, come and pick it up January. when I picked the permanent voters card.
I didn't even pick up at all. I've not picked up. I had a permanent voter's card, but I needed to transfer it.
Okay.
So that I don't have to travel
for you to
go and vote.
So I think the area they need
now
to
I can't
on.
even find where it is, because when you go on INEC website and I try to type my details, they ask me for my VIN, a VIN that I don't even know. So I have to now put the voter identification number in it, so that they can locate where in the country it is. So I'm still looking for that. I know I must have written it down somewhere.
So as we speak, you may not be able to be part of this except you travel to
I will have to travel to go and
vote. And well, I don't know the location, but if it's not far, please.
It's just Ogun State.
Ogun State. You might need to just
I'll be on
maybe a
duty,
night
don't forget. That was one of the reasons I needed to.
Okay, that you needed to transfer.
I needed to make sure that I transfer to just in front of the office.
Of the office.
Where a polling unit is readily available. I can just vote there.
So plus or minus, you have someone that may not be voting in 2023.
You already have one person.
You already have
and I'm not talking about just me. So there are loads of people who did that online. I know quite a number of people here use that polling unit opposite here to try to get their voters cards.
But I think the thing that we just want the government to do is they are putting a cutoff date. The rationale behind it, I don't know. But I feel it's something that should be continuous. And on the part of we the citizens, let's leave this atmosphere so you can imagine.
So this was yesterday at Ogun State. It was yesterday, and see the crowd of people who were still waiting to register as at 3:30 p.m. yesterday.
But right from the beginning.
But it wasn't their fault, really, because one of them who spoke to newsmen did tell us that it wasn't their fault. It wasn't the fault of INEC. It's that the people were rowdy from the very beginning. And we like this rush hour thing.
That's what I'm saying. An average Nigerian, tell them if they extend this thing today, by 1 week, go there on Monday, you won't see people. Go there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, Tuesday, Wednesday, you see 50% of the people that should be there. Now go there Friday, if that thing will close on Saturday, they want to bring down the building, and you have to say, and everybody say, I don't have the time. So how did you create the time now? So out of our busy schedule, let's prioritize things. Like an average person will say, Sheson, you are just fortunate to say that thing was easy on your part. But I didn't have that confidence that thing will work. Yeah, I tried it, and both of us had the same experience. But it was just last year. I did it, and I just moved in, and in fact, on the day of collection of that particular thing, I just got there. I saw a crowd, and I'm like, they say, if you are for collection, come to this side. And I got there, and the process within 10 minutes, you do your capturing. I know I took about 15 minutes because then that particular period I was really not too strong, so I was a bit strong. So they were finding it difficult for me to get my thumb print for the biometrics. So until I asked them that I was a bit strong, I had to create that time to come in between that period. But on the long run, they got it. They brought another machine, and they did that. Within 10-15 minutes, I was out.
And we're done.
And, out of the place, came back again, asked for my details, they punched the thing, and traced it out. Within 10 minutes, I was out of that place to collect the PVC. So we should avoid this last minute.
Because they're still going to do, this is registration. Some of us who want to do collection are still going to be able to do collection.
No, I'm sure for collection it will still be on.
Yes, so collection is on.
But for people that have to now register or do every other thing, that might be a bit difficult. But let's avoid this.
But the question is, what will INEC officials be doing? The people that were employed or the people that are on INEC employment to do this, are they going back?
Majority are ad hoc.
Majority are
ad hoc staff that actually carried out
this registration exercise.
To fill the gap.
So I guess it's
them back.
It means that they have to either continue paying.
I'm sure government won't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure government won't do that.
Exactly.
You know the crisis we're faced with revenue as we speak. So they try everything humanly possible to see how they can manage it. Although people like us are actually faulting that area where they are cutting costs is not where we're looking at.
We're looking at them cutting the cost in the place that we need them to cut the cost.
Of course, and they know where we're actually talking about. Cost of governance is huge, and they just need to work on that.
You don't actually need them. Their salaries are not that huge. It is the emolument of office that comes.
But the truth is, it's a total package.
I'm
It's
not
a
a total
total
package.
package.
So, for everybody expects that these people will come with, like Yinka Kenny would say, being the devil's advocate here, come with constituency allowance to come and do something for their constituency. The huge part of the money that we actually need them to drop and stop collecting is that constituency allowance. Give us back our thing. And let government use it.
Root those things through the executive. They are, you see, at times when we use some things to campaign, it marvels me. You are coming to say you give free education.
You're not. They want to give free
They
education.
are not giving. It's our money. Government should realize that it's the taxpayers' money.
That
They
you
are
use it for
actually
those
using
things.
to do those things. So it's not something you should come and tell us that you want to campaign them. You want to manage their funds to give us the basic amenity that we are actually paying for. When you pay taxes, like I will always celebrate my executive chairman, LRA, tell you that pay your tax so that we can do those things for you. So why are you now using that as a campaign strategy? You have to manage the resources to make those things available. It's not about your money. It's not your money. So coming to say you provide good health facility, those things, the funds are there because we are paying our taxes. You are there to manage the resources effectively to give those things. So think outside the box on things that you're going to use. You go to the developed world, they tell you that you don't tell us those promises, we don't need it. They are your basic responsibility.
To us.
Do it and don't use that to say
The
that
only
you're going to do
education
it.
that is not free in the developed world is tertiary education.
Of course, and you know that's it's left for you because you get all you want from the primary
And
to
the
the
high school. And once you're done with secondary, you pay through your nose.
The man that we are all celebrating
And they
today.
give you student loan to even, so I wish you will pay for maybe like the first 15, 20 years.
20 years of your life.
your working life.
And I keep asking people.
But
so
we're doing that in Nigeria. We're doing
those secondary, those colleges that people try to kill themselves about. The most successful people in this world, do they attend those